Kimi was slow getting away in the formation lap. He's just taken his place now. It's the 70th anniversary Formula One Grand Prix, lights out, and away we go. And the two Mercedes then head towards Abbey. Bottas ahead of Hamilton. Verstappen's got ahead of Hulkenberg right at the start. Ricciardo is ahead of Stroll. And
Somebody's
now,
round.
and someone's turned round, and we can see just in the background some puffs of smoke there. We'll try and work out what's happened. But in now, to the loop we go. Bottas on the inside of Hamilton. Verstappen, then comes Hulkenberg, and Ricciardo going wide. Lance Stroll gets past. Daniel Ricciardo. Sebastian Vettel has had problems at the start. He was the car that we saw having all sorts of problems. But here come the two Mercedes into Brooklands. Bottas just ahead of Hamilton. It's like it was 12 months ago in the British Grand Prix. Hamilton pushing and driving forward his teammates.
Bottas just loitered a bit on the apex, then floored the throttle and gave himself a couple of car lengths over Lewis Hamilton there to give him some breathing space. Stroll has also got past the Renault.
Sebastian Vettel is racing alongside his former Ferrari teammate Kimi Raikkonen at the moment, and he is plumb last in this race as Latifi goes ahead of George Russell on lap one. It's Bottas out in front, ahead of Hamilton. Here we see Alex Albon behind his old mate Lando Norris. Norris has got ahead of the Red Bull on this opening lap, and they've both got ahead of the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. And down the hangar straight, Leclerc looks in a bit of danger with Carlos Sainz going down the inside of Leclerc. Leclerc just slams the door shut and keeps hold of that final points place in 10th as Grosjean goes ahead of Giovinazzi.
Those two will be teammates, of course, next year. Sainz in the McLaren, Leclerc in the Ferrari. Sainz goes to a Ferrari. Paul, what can you tell us?
Vettel's just gone round himself. He's literally, I think his teammate in front's locked up. He's tried to avoid that a little bit, got on the curb and round it went, exactly like he's had for the past couple of years. Why does he keep spinning?
Only he knows if he has any answers to what's happening to him and that Ferrari car at the moment. But the fact is, Sebastian Vettel is running last in this 70th anniversary Grand Prix. And out in front, there's almost a second difference between Bottas and Hamilton, who this time on the last lap was pushing Bottas and trying to get past and couldn't quite make it. Charles Leclerc, as we saw there, running in 10th place at the moment. He's got Albon and he's got Norris just ahead of him. Gasly solid in 7th place at the moment. Ricciardo has dropped to place. Stroll's gained one. Hulkenberg's gone down one. Verstappen's gone up one on the two Mercedes as they started.
DRS will be switched on at the end of this, the second lap, and Verstappen will be very keen to be more than a second ahead of Nico Hulkenberg, who's behind him, and the very fast racing point with a faster tyre as well for good measure.
So that gap out in front is now a second. Valtteri Bottas desperately trying to get out of DRS threat from Lewis Hamilton behind him. If it's within a second, Hamilton can use that 15 extra kph down the straight and to try and get past his teammate. Looking a little bit further back, Kevin Magnussen under pressure from Danny Kvyat. 13th place Magnussen, 14th for Danny Kvyat, and now we have DRS enabled, and Bottas is by a few hundredths of a second just out of DRS threat, which will be a mighty relief to the young Finn.
Vettel's making his way to the back of the pack now, having had that